Okay, welcome back, art class, to your Explore Art YouTube class. Okay, last week we started the brainstorming process for our self-portraits, and I told you guys that I'd have this out on Monday. It is now Tuesday evening, and I'm still working on this because I got a little busy, and I was trying to set up down here in my office where I had better lighting, which yeah, I have better lighting than in my car, right? And hopefully better sound. So we're just going to really quickly talk about blocking your face. This is just going to be a front face, and it's going to be very basic. Do not expect like something super awesome. I'm going to do it really fast. I'm also going to be using a just a whiteboard and some whiteboard pens. So it's gonna, I don't have you know, a lot of fine tuning that I can do with these, but I just really want to show you how to block a face yourself. You guys should have left class with something like this if you were my block 1 class. Block 2, I gave you something with the lines in there. Mainly blocking a face or blocking anything in general, and when you're doing a project, is very important because blocking means you are making space and mentally planning where each element of the piece you're doing is going to go on your paper. Okay, that is blocking. Block out where things go. Blocking a face is really important, and learning why is important because right about now, like if you were my block 1 class, my littles, we talked about why it's important to block because a lot of the time we end up putting our eyeballs up here. Because, you know, that's where it feels normal, right? But then we don't have enough space because we run out of room to put our hair and other fun details in there. So what we're going to learn how to do is bring our eyes down to here, okay? Which right there would be like even with the tips of your ears. Because if you look at your face and you look in the mirror, your ears are kind of like the perfect beginning for the tops of your eyes. What? Seriously. Okay. So we're going to learn how to do that really quickly, okay? The first line you need to create, though, is your line of symmetry through the center of your face, okay? And that is just going to be really quick. I'm going to do it in red. I'm kind of eyeballing it, so there you go. Boom, the center of my face. Now we're going to talk about the first dots. Notice I'm just, if you were using pencil, you can just use really, really light, a light dotted line, okay? And then about midway to your ear, you're going to want to make maybe the bottom of your eye. Now I'm going to do my eyes a little bit big for you so that you can see, so they'll look more like anime eyes. And then towards the end of your earlobe, right here, is where I'm going to do another line. And then right about here, I'm going to do another line. A lot of lines, Miss Skyly. What's going on with this? Okay, I will tell you. I now have a place to put my eyes, and I even have 2 little markers right here to tell me how big my eyes should be. So the eye on this side should be about the same size as the eye on this side, right? Boom. Okay. If I go down a ways and I come to this next X right here, now I know where the bottom right here of my nose will go. And then when I get right here, now I know where the top of my lip goes. It goes on the top part of this line and the bottom part. And I also know where the center of my mouth will go. Okay? So I have just quickly blocked the face really fast. Now in class we talked about the rule of 5s. Okay? The rule of 5s is a pretty cool and easy way to get your eyeballs in the right side of your paper. Okay? Sometimes, I think if you've ever tried to do a self-portrait in the past, you might have disliked it or didn't like the fact that maybe you did the best eyes of your life, but it looked like your eyes were over here and your face was kind of over here. This is a very good way to give you that squared up self-portrait, okay? I'm not saying that this is the way you have to do it. I'm just giving you ideas for how to get your face going if this is what you're looking for. You don't even have, you can just do half of it, which I'm going to show you some artwork that does that. But this is just to get you started, okay? Practice, okay? This little thing, I don't know if you can read it. I'm very old, and so I can't read it when I'm looking into this little camera thing. but I will read it to you. I love this saying because in your generation, you can read and watch tutorials all day, but you'll only improve by doing, and that is the truth, especially with art and anything else that requires your hands and some coordination. You got to practice. You develop a skill for it. So the first thing is practice. We need to practice a very loose hand hold, and when we are doing self-portraits, there's a lot of erasing that happens. Not erasing because you made a mistake, but erasing because you're going to start erasing these lines. So you have to have a very light grip and be able to do very light lines so that you can easily erase them without leaving a mark that you were there, okay? That's why I have lots of erasers in the room, because artists are always erasing, not their mistakes, but their lines that are helping them, okay? So let's talk about the rule of fives real quick. The rule of fives means that my eye, when I'm doing eyes, my face should be about 5 eyes wide across, okay? That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyes across my face. Wow, okay? So I'm just going to guess right now because I'm kind of in a hurry, but this is going to be where I think is centered. So just about the same distance from here and the same distance from here, okay? Then, of course, I told you I'm going to do some slightly bigger eyes so you guys can see it better, but now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My eyes go in these two. This is my nose spot, and these are the sides of my face. Does that make sense? Hopefully you can see that. Boom. Okay? So now I learned how to do eyes 2 ways. One way I learned how to do the eyelid first, and I also learned how to do the eyeball first. I kind of like doing the eyeball first, okay? Because then I can just kind of make this gigantic eyeball that fills my face, okay? Fill your space. I can hit this ceiling and I can hit this ceiling. It's like you've made a little spot for your eyeball, okay? And I'm just going to make 2 big circles. Boom. Here you go. Boom. Now I've got my eyeballs. What covers your eyeballs? A little skin right here. So I'm going to do a rainbow. And another rainbow. Woo! Ta-da! I now have eyelids. You see that? And then I have to do my little boats that hold my eyes inside of their socket. Here's a little boat there, and a little boat here. And there you go. I have top and bottom eyelids, okay? They can come down further if you're sleepy, or they can go up higher, but you want to have an eyelid, okay? You can stop there and just do doot, doot. For more of my advanced artists, if you would like to give yourself a tear duct, then just make yourself a little round, kind of a, I don't know what you would call it, kind of like a little blip on the insides. It's not that big, it's just a little tear duct. You can kind of look at it and trace it out so it's kind of like a little tongue that sticks out, okay? And then remember, you just close up the door over there. So hopefully that makes a little sense. Now this, I know, is where my eye's gonna go, okay? I can stop right there, or I can add, which I kind of like stopping right there and then moving on. Okay, so my eyes are kind of centered. They're a little bit gigantic. I think they're a little bit close together, but just to give you the idea, I'm trying to do this in a hurry without actually doing all my measurements. Remember, I told you artists are always doing math. Whether you know it or not, the rule of fives is serious math going on there. There's a lot of math in this face right now, okay? Now, if I want to do my nose, I come right here. This, like I said, is the end of your nose. Ta-da! That's the tip of my nose. Now I can make a nose in lots of different ways. This is one way if you want a more real nose. I'll come up like a squiggly little caterpillar, and I'll do 2 rainbows. A rainbow over here to connect me to my boat, and another rainbow. So then I have something like that, like a little caterpillar going across my face. Now I can do, who here is working on their punctuation and grammar? These are my parentheses. My parentheses, because I have 2 parentheses right here for my nose holes, right? There you go. These can be skinnier. They can be taller. You can look at your nose and see around where your parentheses should go, okay? Then I'm going to do a line. Now I want you to see what I'm going to do. See this top red line right here, just close to my eye? I'm going to come down, but I'm going to give it like a little dotted line. Okay, and I'm going to come up through my nose, kind of like a guitar. I'm going to bring my nose line up, and I'm going to give myself an eyebrow. Your eyebrow then goes above your eye, above that little red zone. Ta-da! Okay? And I can do the same thing over here. I don't actually have to go all the way up with this one if I don't want to. I like to usually go around here, but then kind of dotted line it very lightly, and then start my eyebrows. You can make them as bushy or as, you know, the hair part is all up to you how you want to do it. You can make them solid or whatever. So now I have like one is bushy and one is more like a solid line. Okay, so you can kind of see how that goes. Then when I come down, I can just fill these in a little bit so that you know that those are your nostrils. Okay. It doesn't have to look this way. I can kind of skinny it down a little if I want it to look a little more feminine. Okay. And simply erase. You can tweak it as much as you need to. Okay. And then I can come through here. I'm sorry, this looks a little crazy. You have these two little things for your lip. On the top of this, I'm going to make one lip, two lips. This little line right here is like the opening of your mouth. If you want to open your mouth, start right there, okay? If you don't want to, and then you bring your lip down as much or as little as you want. It doesn't matter. So I can open my mouth like this. I kind of recommend that maybe for your first self-portrait, if this is your first self-portrait, you want to think about adding teeth, because sometimes teeth make you look kind of scary, okay? But you know what? If you feel good about it, do it, okay? And then I'm going to go back up here to my eyes, okay? I'm just going to fill my eyes in with another circle to give me my color, okay? Now that I forgot to do my eye right there. So there we go. So I'm just going to color that eye in, and I'm going to color that eye in. Sorry, it's a little crazy looking right now. My goal is just to give you an idea of what you can do. I'm just filling in spaces, okay, with my little Sharpie. Now, that's just a solid line, right? Eraser. If I would like, I can easily, boop. How do they do that shine and make the eye look like it's shining? Like that. I just don't color little spots in my eye, or I can take my eraser and erase, or if I've got some paint or some white out, depending on what you're using, I can just make a shine in my eye. So now my eye has a little bing shine. Alright, so here is just the basic elements of a face. But now I need eyelashes on my eyes. Now that I've kind of got my face going, I need some eyelashes, right? So I'm going to come through here, and one of the eyelash rules, okay, is when I have an eye, I kind of want to, like, I see this happen a lot, is we get really carried away with our eyelashes. We think we need eyelashes, so we go, rah, rah, and then it looks like we have two angry caterpillars, like, fighting from both sides, right? It doesn't have to look that way. When you look at your eyelashes in the mirror, you're going to see that there's air. You can see air between them. So the first step is to give yourself air, okay? This is my gigantic enemy looking eyes, I'm sorry. I just wanted you to be able to see. So I give myself some air, and then I come down here and I do the same thing. And then step away. That's going to be the hardest part, is step away, because you're going to be tempted to go, that's not enough eyelashes. And you're going to, like, start filling it in, and before you know it, you've got, like, going on. You got a monster on your face. So just leave it. And notice if you're looking at my strokes, I'm not doing a great job, but it's an upward motion, like boop, boop. Because your eyelashes don't go straight out like scarecrows. Your eyelashes have like a little curl to them. They go out and up, out and up. That's your eyelash. Out and up, like away, away, away. On both sides, okay? And on the bottom, it goes in the other way. So then I can easily fill these in, and they're not all the same length, guys. Look at your eyelashes. They're not all the same length. So if you're out there doing, you're going to run the risk of looking like, okay, we are not Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls. We are people, and we have soft, pretty eyelashes, okay? So something simple, like that. And you don't have to go any further. So then step away again. Walk away. Okay? So now this is super basic. It's not the best face. I'm so sorry. If you don't want to do your nose like this, okay? Totally fine. In class, I saw some of you guys doing the L formation nose. Okay? I saw some of you do the baby rainbow. Totally fine. Some of us did the cup nose. Okay? Which is fine. If you can't see what that nose looks like, I guess that's, if you can see that nose right there, that would be the cup nose. Okay? The baby rainbow would look like, if these were your eyes, you have the baby rainbow, like that. Okay? If you're doing the L formation, you can do this, okay, like that. If you are doing the L, though, I'm going to encourage you to kind of soften up your L, okay, and maybe do something like that. Give it a little softer edge so it looks a little more realistic, okay, kind of curve it, wavy lines. And then now, okay, really fast, I don't want to waste all your time, here's your hair. You now have space. You have a forehead, so you can put hair. You can put cool hair. Now, think about your hair. You have hair that goes above this line, right? It goes here. So your hair is going to go up above that, okay? If you are trying to do like a boy hair, okay, or even just bangs, I can easily now do this. Ta-da! I now have an area where I can tuck my hair and my bangs, right? Now, it goes over that line, and now I've got this cool thing going on. I can also make my hair longer if I'm a girl, right here, behind my ear. If I'm a boy, I can, and I have short hair, I can just curl it under like so it looks like it's my, like this would be my boy side over here, and this would be my girl side over here, okay? So I can kind of play with how my hair looks. And I can also, if I have spiky hair, this is the time to do it. Like I can have my cool wisps going. I now have an area where I can part my hair. You know, you got a lot of fun things that you can play with now. Okay? So now that you have space, you got like this big space zone right here. I know, now it looks so crazy. You know that about the rule of fives. You know how to kind of part your face, line your eyes up where the tips of your ears are. And then your eyebrows are just above that. Center line right here. Okay, nose line is right here. Bottom of your ears right there. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. One more thing. Sorry, looks a little wild. I'm going to bring these into class just for you guys to look at for more inspiration. I know some of you guys were on the fence. You weren't sure what you wanted to do. So here's some more ideas for you, okay? I thought this was fantastic. You know, I was talking about those split face things. You guys are at a time in your lives when you're doing a lot of activities. You're learning a lot more. You're learning how to experiment with the things you like and just kind of growing. So this is a great time to kind of put your interests, like literally put your interests into part of your self-portrait. So I thought this was kind of neat. I also thought it was neat, like she has an airplane. I don't know if I'm pointing at it. She has an airplane for an eyebrow. She chose a stuffed animal for her eyeball. She's got like a, I don't know what this is for her lip. She has like a crayon for her lip and an ice cream for part of her nose. A soccer ball eye, and a rainbow eyebrow. How awesome is that? And if you look at her hair, this is a keyboard right here with colored, rainbow colored keys. And she also has a little cross right here that says, I love God. Beautiful. Cool. Over here, she's got a music, what are these things called? The little music in as part of her hair. Thought that was pretty fun. Here's a really neat one too. These two boys, this is kind of fun. He used a shoe as, he used a shoe as part of his mouth. He looks kind of like a robot. He's got a pencil for an eyebrow. Pretty fantastic. Another dimension over here. We got a Pokemon thing for an eyeball over here, a baseball bat to finish his nose. Lots of fun ideas. And finally, this one, thought this was kind of cool. It's like embrace your inner rock star. Right here, you can add words going down. She has a volleyball as part of her nose. If you look up close, we got a little ghost in this guy. He's kind of funny. But there are lots of ways you can do your self-portrait. It doesn't even have to look this style. Remember, this is all you. Okay? One thing I want to remind you that self-portraits can be scary. I know that self-portraits, the idea of having to do something so real, it's kind of intimidating. And this is kind of the time when we get really hard on ourselves, and I don't want you to. I want you to take this time where you can explore, okay? Explore the things you like. We're going to fill up, okay? Your project is not a gigantic thing. Your paper is going to be this size, okay? But the rules are you fill the entire paper, okay? Whether it's colors or just patterns or doodles or whatever, you will have a background. You will have you will have a plan. You will be able to talk about what you're doing, and there's got to be a reason. The reason why you picked these colors, the reason why you chose these things in there. You don't need to be the class clown and make it something funny and put yourself down. It's to lift yourself up and to lift others up, because I want you to own this. This is your self-portrait. No one in the universe can paint your self-portrait but you. So it's very special. And it's fun. If you're just funny and you thought of some really funny things that really kind of just feel like you, that's fine. Okay? But when you go up to present about yourself, own it. Okay? This is you presenting you to everybody. Okay? And we are, again, artists together. Okay? I am just a friend that can art with you. And I'm an artist too. And we all learn. We're always learning. So, I mean, I really put myself out there. I just did this in felt pens, and luckily this YouTube channel should just be between our group, so I don't get criticized for my spastic arting right there. I was just trying to do it in a hurry, but whatever. I'm fine with it. It's fine. Okay? But really, you need to be fine with you too. Okay? Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to make a mess. Enjoy it, embrace it, and challenge yourself, okay? Nothing is too hard. You just have to work at it. We've got 2 full days. I said again, if we need another day, we can take it, okay? This is an all about you experience, and I want you, it's your first project, so enjoy it, okay? Don't be hard on yourself. Doing a face is very difficult, especially when you're trying to do your face. But remember, we all practice, we all start somewhere, and you've got to find a way to sign that piece, own it, and store it, okay? Because that's going to be the coolest thing, all right? So that is all I have for you. I hope you guys come prepared on Friday. Bring pictures if you have pictures of yourself that are inspiring or something you want to copy, things that you want to incorporate, and you have images for them. Which is going to be a very low materials class. You're going to have pencils, some, just like the basic things. I'm not throwing out acrylic paints because I just feel like those are very challenging. So for your first self-portrait, that's not really something you need to do. We're just going to enjoy a little watercolor, maybe if you want to, colored pencils, crayons, do things we can blend with like pastels, or you can just do like black and white. Okay, so get creative. I can't wait to see you guys on Friday. Come prepared. Come with a plan. Because I would prefer to walk around with you all in the room and help you set up your plan and offer feedback. And let's kind of round table some ideas instead of having you sit there going, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Because that kind of puts a bad spirit in the room. And I want excited artists ready to rock. Have fun, okay? We'll play some good music. In fact, if you have some good tunes you want to send my way that you want to hear, please do. Your parents have my text. They can text me. And I'd love to throw it on our art class playlist because this is our class, right? Okay, so I will see you Friday. Come with a plan.